Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Newcomers. Got a big show for you today. I say that every week because they are big shows. They're good shows. And you're going to learn all about our life here in the Villages and in Central Florida. We've had a big week.
It's been cold.
It has been another little cold snap, and we've still taken our golf cart rides and bicycle rides.
And zipped up on our golf carts. And,
well, you did.
I did.
Zipped up the golf cart. It gets chilly when you're riding the golf cart, especially at night. We keep a pair of long pants in the back in a little basket and maybe a little windbreaker.
Right.
You need it.
And Gizmo's got his little jacket on today.
Got his Jerry and Linda shirt on today.
You want to see what my meatloaf really costs?
Oh, I bet they do. And a bobcat makes a house call.
And why don't they have clotheslines in the Villages?
How do the taxes compare here?
Where will you stay when you come for a lifestyle visit?
All that and more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
One of the best and biggest reasons to live in the Villages is the entertainment. We get a question every once in a while that asks, is there any culture? We get a lot of neat stuff, and we went to one this past week I'm going to tell you about.
Yes.
We were invited to an intimate evening with David Foster and Catherine McPhee, and it was fantastic. It was at the Sharon, which is a gorgeous venue, put on by Victory Productions, and they do it right. It was great sound, wonderful performances. David Foster.
Amazing.
You know, you look him up on Wikipedia and you'll be amazed. 47 Grammy nominations, 16 Grammy wins.
Wow.
Catherine McPhee, American Idol runner-up. She got robbed. She was robbed. Taylor Hicks. Come on.
Oh.
But that's not all in that show. They had a group called Evolution Motown. We got to meet these guys.
We did.
We're backstage.
They're fun.
And we interviewed them. They are funny. They are nice.
And they can groove, make you want to dance.
Oh, my goodness. Think Four Tops. Think Temptations. And they've put on 3 shows at the Savannah Center. We're going to do a whole small show about Evolution Motown and those great guys in that band. Also performing that night was Fernando Varela.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
We told you about him a week or so ago on Facebook. Unbelievable. And he's a fairly local talent. I mean, he's out of Orlando, but he comes here often.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And also there was another young lady that sang some songs.
Well, her first name's Allison, but
Allison Nash.
Yes.
She was just fantastic.
Fantastic singer.
I know we're talking a lot about the entertainment, but we had a big week. We are tired from all the socializing. But we also went to the premiere of Rock of Ages. That's a Broadway musical that's come to Winter Garden next month on February 17 and 18. It's going to be in the Savannah Center. It is totally worth your time and money to go see that.
Don't miss that
It's
show.
an all-star cast. We mentioned it last week with Bo Bice, Justin Sargent, Omar Cardona.
They were great.
Put it on your schedule right now, February 17 or 18.
Yeah.
You will want to see that. And it's going to run down there at Winter Garden, the complete play, till February 26th. Fancy Reagan, the new band, performed to a big audience.
Yeah.
And Blonde Ambition had that light show last week.
Oh, wow. That was incredible. That was incredible.
They said there were absolutely thousands of people at that. We want to take an opportunity to thank you folks out there that have hit that super thanks button. It's the little heart down there under the video. And send us a gift that helps us keep the channel going. You know, that's how we do it. It does cost quite a bit to keep it going, and that really does help. So you can see their names. We really appreciate every single one of you. I'd like to formally apologize to the gentleman at Colony Cottage. She should actually be apologizing because she forgot her weights that she does water aerobics with and her visor.
Yeah.
And she went back to get them, and she walked into the wrong locker room while this guy is taking a shower. Did you know I was going to say that?
I was going, where's this going?
This guy's taking a shower, and Linda walks in. Oopsie.
I did not see anything. After I walked through the whole shower room, and there was a curtain. I did not see the man showering, but he was in there showering. And I walked through, and I thought I was in the women's restroom. But let me tell you, I am very directionally challenged. When I get into the rec center hallways to go into the pool or whatever, there are so many doors. One door is for the bathroom, one door is for the dressing room, one door is for the showers. I totally get confused.
Yeah, we get it. But it happens to her a lot. Have you noticed it happens to her a lot? Remember the story I told you? I found her rubbing a man's belly in the grocery store. You know, come on.
You're gonna bring me good luck.
I got a haircut, and I get it at Brandy's. I've told you about it.
You're so handsome.
You seem to get a different girl every time you go in there, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, face it, we're retired. Yeah. Most of us are already married. It'll grow back no matter what they do, but it's fine. It's fine for me. What else did we do? What did we do yesterday?
We went to an estate sale. We haven't done that but just once since we've been here in the Villages, and we'd like to do that again. We had an interesting day. It was we got up early.
It was terrible.
It wasn't what we really expected. I don't think they were prepared enough, but
they first of all, we got there. It was cold.
Yes, it was.
And we were about the 70th person in line outside waiting to come in 5 at a time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you went into this small house and looked at this stuff, and they had not really prepared this house for this sale. People were going through the drawers, holding up their drawers,
They said everything was for sale. So
everything for sale.
Kitchen, women were going through cabinets and cupboards.
Listen, if our own sons are watching, do not do that don't let anybody go through my drawers at my estate sale. You guys do all that stuff.
Get it out, put it up. Put it on tables, label, going through.
Oh, it was very poorly organized, and we did not enjoy it. And the guy in front of me had a bunch of things he wanted to buy, and he got up to pay for them, and the guy says, "Oh, we're keeping that for the maid who comes in and cleans the house."
Yeah,
and he
the
says,
cleaning
"What?"
supplies.
And so they took it away from him, and now he's mad, and he says, "Are you taking these books for the maid too? Are you saving them for the maid?" And the guy said, "Hey, don't get smart with me, or I won't sell you anything." And the guy took his books and said, "Okay, then I'm out of here."
Oh man.
He had enough. I don't blame him one bit after standing in line on that cold day, getting in there and rooting through that junk and then coming up with something and boom. Yeah. Judith on next door posted a video. She had a guest in her backyard. Check this out. That's a bobcat. And it was right there by her lanai, and she got that video. It was really nice. I appreciate you letting us use that, Judith.
Did it say what time it was?
Well, it's broad daylight.
Okay.
I didn't catch exactly what time, but it's plenty light for that video. We also got a letter from Craig Weaver, and Craig says, "This is on the multimodal path between the Finney Putt and Play and Blue Heron Postal and Rec Center this afternoon." He said his wife and him were taking their dog Archie for a cart ride. They regularly take him for a walk, but luckily, he said they didn't do it this time. Wow, that's a pretty nice gator there.
Wow.
You can bump into them once in a while. I personally have never known anybody that's been hurt or chased by an alligator here.
Wow.
Knock on wood.
Knock on the wood. Today I'm making the meatloaf. I'll attach pictures this evening. Just an FYI, I had none of the ingredients in the house.
First of all, I want to apologize. I know that is by one of our most ardent viewers, but I cut his name off when I printed that, and now I don't remember who it was.
Aww.
But he sent this list of ingredients. I'll put it on the screen for you. Publix ground beef, 1.3 pounds, $7.99. Yeah, you pay $5.99 a pound for ground beef over at Publix. Mm-hmm. They do have it on sale sometimes. We've gotten it at $3.49 there a time or two. So you can do better than that for the ground beef, but $7.99. Barbecue sauce. Now, he said he didn't have any of these ingredients. What's up, man? You didn't have any of these things. He said he bought them all just from scratch. So now he's not going to have to pay this much when he makes it again.
No.
But he did have to the first time. So it's going to sound like an expensive meatloaf. Well worth it. Kroger barbecue sauce, $3.99. Kroger soy sauce, $1.29. Some other sauce, $1.69. Steak sauce, $2.99.
That was Worcestershire sauce.
That's easy for you to say. Mustard, 99 cents. Ritz crackers, $4.29.
Wow.
Brown sugar, $1.99. Heinz ketchup, $4.29. They did have 3 bottles of Heinz ketchup at that estate
That
sale
they did.
yesterday. And they were still in the little carton, like you pick it up and you hold
Yeah.
it. And I said, let's get this. And she goes, no, we've got 6 at home.
We got like 6 bottles of ketchup in the pantry.
An onion, 36 cents. I don't know where he bought his onion, but 36 cents is pretty good for an onion. Usually
Yeah.
it's 3 pounds for $3.89 or
Yeah.
something. The best onions, by the way, this is just a free tip on today's show. Vidalia onions. If you can ever get Vidalia onions, nothing else compares to me. I loves me some Vidalia
Vidalia.
onions. So that meatloaf cost him, not counting his electricity,
Okay.
$30.89.
If you had that meatloaf at the country clubs, that would probably cost you $15
Probably 15 or 20.
for one slice.
For one slice.
For one slice.
And look at that meatloaf. Oh my goodness. Good job on it.
Yeah, you
You'll
got-
cut that into probably, what, 10 slices? You got
Not
10.
10.
Why
Maybe. Well, your slices are gonna be like that.
3 slices, you know, if I'm eating it, but 10 slices.
Third of a barrel.
So it's worth it.
Yeah.
Linda's meatloaf is worth it. But thanks for sending that itemized expense sheet. That's really good to know.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Karen from Akron, Ohio wrote, I noticed when you talk about golf carts and cars, you mention how many hours they have on them instead of how many miles. Why is that? Well, first of all, Karen, thanks for the question. Most golf carts, or many golf carts, don't have speedometers and odometers. They will have a meter that tells you how many hours that cart has been in use. Now, here in the villages, most golf carts probably do have a little digital display that tells you the speed, and you can get a trip counter and an odometer. However, that has to be put on the cart when it's brand new to have an accurate mileage
Be
reading.
accurate. Mhm.
We were lucky when we bought ours. My cart had 150 hours on it. That's it. Hers had 37
that's
hours.
it.
And we knew that by looking at the little gauge. Well, I took pictures of them at the time.
You did.
Just to keep for our records.
This is from Debbie. My question is, why have I never seen clotheslines at the homes in the villages? Gosh, I remember clotheslines back in the day in my mom's house, back in the backyard. It was all from one side of the yard to the other. And we'd go out there, all of us little girls would go out there and just help mom put them up. And to smell those clothes, it was wonderful. But I did wonder when I came here, I said, I would like to have a clothesline. No one has a clothesline.
Maybe you could have a chicken coop also.
Yeah, might
Put
as
your
well.
chicken, cost of eggs, why not, right?
We can do it.
Just get a chicken coop and a clothesline.
Oh, I know.
You want to see somebody's bloomers flying in the yard?
Do you really want to see somebody's underwear out there? Oh,
It is a good way, and they smell good, and they're I put you in one, though, at where our last home. I made her the Cadillac of clotheslines. It was on a reel.
Oh, yeah.
And it would whoop back, and I would
really
pull it
like
out and latch it all the way across the deck, and she would hang clothes out. And I guess you could do something like that here. Then when they come and tell you, hey, could you get your skivvies out of my lanai view, please? And
Yeah.
you should take it out.
Yeah.
But I've never seen one yet.
no. I have seen, though, the little clothes carts, that fold out and put in your garage, and people can hang little
Oh, yeah, I've
clothes
seen
up
them in the
those.
garage.
And I occasionally have put a wet shirt on a chair and laid it over the back of the chair out in the patio outside. But I won't have 4 or 5 things out there. No way.
Susan and Tom from Rhode Island wrote, for a lifestyle visit, are there homes to stay at in each village, or are they in one designated area? Thank you for always providing great information. Well, thank you guys for saying that. For current lifestyle visitors, they're being put up at Atwood Villas. And when those are full, which they must have been full when we came,
Yeah, okay.
they put you up in Alden Bungalows. That's where we stayed, Alden Bungalows.
Bungalow. I like that name. Bungalow.
And they said that if you come back for a second lifestyle visit, which some people do, we've known it to happen.
Yes.
They will put you at Christopher Villas, and that's down in DeLuna,
And
I
that's
believe.
south of 44.
South of 44. They're cute. Those little villas each have a name, like the Sparrow or
Yeah, the Flamingo.
Whatever. And they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's down there where they're selling new homes.
Yeah.
So that's close to the action down there.
Just wouldn't it be nice though to have a lifestyle stay in every village? Like, oh, you want to try out this area? Let's have one in, up in the very top of the north section of the Villages. Let's have one, a lifestyle in the middle. Let's have a lifestyle south. And just kind of get an idea of what's around and where you can go, your shopping options and everything. That'd be kind of nice.
Well, think about it. The Villages is selling new homes only down south.
True.
They wouldn't want to put lifestyles up in Spanish Springs or Sumter Landing.
That's true. They want to sell the new homes.
The person we talked to said that on your second visit, if you really wanted to stay at Atwood Villas or Alden Bungalows, that you could ask your agent to check, and if there were cancellations or they had availability, you could probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing so good. We were doing so good. Got that line on your breastises.
What line? Oh, you just made a big long blooper.
I'm not going to put that on. I don't know what to do with that. What's this? So many big acts, so many musicians.
Okay.
Believe me, it's coming. Oh yeah, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Okay. Yeah, because it is sunny out there. I'm going to pick a skin off your face. Oh, it's a white spot.
Now, let's try something today. Let's try not to have any cuts in between. We had a brief delay there because we forgot something we needed to go figure out.
Sorry, my fault. Sing a song. Sing a Placido, whatever.
Just for the record, that was our only blooper today. We're not going to have any more.
No.
I can drag this out.
Feels good, Jerry.
Okay, here we go. Gotta rub my nose.
Here's some of this if you need it.
Yeah,
We need it. We need a hanky.
Boy, that takes a lot.
Barbara and
No,
East.
don't look at me.
Why are you looking at me? Barbara in East Tennessee asked, where can you hold a gathering other than your home? A birthday party, a wedding shower, and can you rent out a community center room? Or is it rent-free, included in the activities fee? Well, I called a couple of the rec centers this week, and they said that if you're live in the Villages, you can go to the rec center and ask to fill out a form and ask to reserve a room. And those people that will come to your gathering would be also villagers. But if you want to rent out a room for people that are not living in the Villages, like let's say you're having a 60th wedding anniversary or a big birthday party or something like that, and you have guests that aren't members of the Villages or live in the Villages, then you have to pay a rental fee. Small rooms cost about $38 per hour. Yeah, there's a bigger room, they call it the banquet room, and it's $75 an hour. And there's also a great big room that has a stage and where you can have a band or whatever, and it's $105 an hour. So
It's a big room though.
yeah, it's a big room and it holds quite a bit.
I think those are free in the case of our neighborhood.
Yeah.
We have a monthly social.
Right.
And they schedule it long enough in advance, they can get that biggest room at no charge.
Yeah.
And because it's all residents, it's it's us. But we had a meet and greet last year. Some of you might remember. It was so nice to meet everybody.
Yeah.
And we were told at that time we could have that room free. We reserved it. But all the people that came would have to be residents.
Yeah.
If any non-residents came, they were going to charge us for the room.
Right.
And
So when you walk in the door, you show your resident ID.
Yeah. Cindy and CJ are from New York, and they ask if we've seen a noticeable difference in the amount of taxes that we pay yearly. We were specifically thinking of income tax. However, any tax difference you could speak of would be appreciated. We've looked into this multiple times over the past couple of years. It all evens out for us.
Yeah.
Now, we have a more expensive home here, so our taxes would naturally be more, but not substantially more. They're not double, but they're almost double what we had in Indiana. And we had more land in Indiana, and we had a bigger house in Indiana. But I don't think the house was as nice as this one. Here we don't pay state income tax. So if you bundle that in with the slightly higher real estate taxes, property taxes, then it's pretty much a wash. It's a little more expensive here in that regard. But hey, we've talked to many people from Connecticut and Illinois
Yes.
and places where their property tax was 4 times greater than they're paying here. Okay.
This is from Rich and Ann Mary. Our question is regarding the pitch and putt courses. Do you need to make a reservation to play? And they're in the village of St. John's.
Yes and no. If you want to be sure to get a tee time, you make a reservation on the village's tee time system. You subscribe to that for $8 a month, put in your request 5 or 6 days ahead of time, and then 3 days ahead, they'll send you back an email, let you know whether you got your reservation or not. Usually you do. It's all based on how many times you've already played, how many points have been put on your account. The more points is bad. So that's to even out so that everybody gets to play golf. If you want to play spur of the moment, you can call any golf course the morning you want to play and say, hey, do you have any openings today? Chances are you can find an opening for one person, or maybe 2 if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
But you're probably going to find very few that would have 4 openings during the seasonal time, when the weather's so great here. Those courses are very, very busy. And I asked him, I said, how about just walking in anytime? And they will pair you. If there's a threesome going off and you walk in,
Right.
they'll let you play with that threesome. However, again, that's tough to do because those foursomes fill up. And you don't want to cancel if you've scheduled one, because you'll get a bunch of points put on and that'll hurt you next week.
Yeah.
So they tend to be full, those tee times. But it's a good question, and yep, make a reservation. Have you guys considered solar panels? You've talked about them before, but have you considered them? We have them, and several months of the year, our electric bill is only around $13.
I think we should consider it, Jerry.
Well,
Yeah.
back in Indiana, we've told you this before, we were on budget electric, and this was 4 years ago. Our budget electric was $244 a month.
Yes, I
Okay.
remember.
That's per month, every month. And then we had gas heat. So in the winter, we were paying a big gas bill as well.
Yes.
Here, when we got here, we were paying $95 a month, $105 a month for electric, maybe $125. Now we're up, we've had a couple of months that would cost us in the 190s. We used to get these hot bucks. It was like
Oh,
a
yeah.
bonus they would give you
Yeah.
back that would lower your bill.
Right.
Hey, what happened to those hot bucks, Seco?
Yeah.
I haven't been getting hot bucks. So we've been paying more. To answer the question, we did not consider it because we thought the electricity was dirt cheap. Now it's still less than Indiana, but I wouldn't consider it dirt cheap. But everybody here is 55 or older, basically.
Yeah.
And we're 67. Yeah, that's right. She's 67. Can you believe it? If it took us 25 years to pay off our solar panels, we'd be 92. I know they make tax breaks for those kind of things. People tend to move here so they don't make, big investments like that. We've seen very few solar panels here. Be a good place for it, though, because we get plenty of sun.
We do. We do. This is from Susan. Snowbirds are in the villages. Are the activities full and are lines bad? Well, good thing you asked that. I have someone that can answer this question for us.
She's very opinionated, and she'll give you the lowdown.
The lines aren't bad except at one rec center, and that's Colony at the sports pool. And it seems to be a real problem, especially where Linda and I go, because the instructor there has the largest class of the villages. She has from 65 to 80, or maybe even more. And there's plenty of room. You might think that's crowded, but it's not. But at Colony, we have to stand in line. Then we have to wait. If you don't get there in time, then you're not going to get into class. So we go early, and we have to stand in line outside, no matter how cold or hot it is. And then the lady comes out about 10 minutes till the hour of 9, gives us a ticket. Then we can go and get in the water, but if you go in and get in the water, you have to get back out of the water at 9 and hand her the ticket. When it's cold, that's very it's bad. And so we usually go back to our car or golf cart and sit there until she comes back out to take our ticket, and then we can go in. All the other rec centers, I'm almost sure all other. I do know Seabreeze. The gentleman is there early. We go in, we can get our scanned of our membership, and then we get in the water and exercise about 30 minutes before the class, which is awesome because we can get more exercise in. We have newcomers all the time. I mean, the population is growing. Newcomers come to the class. They don't know the rules. So if they disobey the rule and they stay in the water 2 minutes later at the end of the class in a swimming lane, we all get punished. Why don't they post the rules? I think this could be worked out if they just would think about it.
Thank you, Dorothy, for your answer.
I knew we'd get it straight from Dorothy. I'm gonna tell us, can I tell on her?
Sure.
She's 80 years old.
She's in amazing shape. She really is. She can outwalk me and water aerobics. She's fantastic. I'm just so proud of her.
Yeah, she is an excellent specimen of what we're supposed to be at 80. I hope I can keep up with her when I get to 80.
Don't know, Jerry.
She'll probably still be going.
Yeah.
It's time for good versus bad. You know, we get these quotes every once in a while. People write in with comments and they take delight in trying to put down our lifestyle, even though they've never been here, they've never seen us. SDS Omar says, living in the villages would be like living with dead people.
We're the walking
How
dead.
rude. Well, he's never met Dorothy, has he?
No.
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 And that's a silly thing to say. We get so many of those, I'm just going to call them misguided, angry.
Haters will hate.
Haters that want to send us these nasty comments that have never been to the villages. All they know is what they hear from somebody else. So that's the bad. Let's go to the good. This is from a person called Minister of Truth.
Love you too. As a single woman, never married, it gives me joy to see couples who share so much. I never was lucky enough to meet a life partner and watch long-term couples with awe.
Aww. Well, that's nice of you to say, Minister of Truth.
Yeah.
You certainly are a minister of truth. And we appreciate those comments. Thank you so much for sending them in. Oh, we don't really appreciate the bad ones that much.
No.
But I mean, we do read. It's fun to read them.
It's time for Viewer of the Week.
Our viewer of the week this week are Scott and Tina Weaver.
Yes, we met them.
Yeah, they're from St. Louis, Missouri. And one day, I'm going to say it was 3 weeks ago or so, we got an email from a young person named Claudia. And she said her mom and dad were viewers and that she would like to surprise them by having us meet them somewhere. So we do try to do that whenever we can. And it's always fun and we enjoy it every single time. So we did arrange a meeting and they are the nicest folks.
Her parents were so shocked.
They
when we
were.
got to
They were
the
blown away.
Town square.
They were down at Brownwood and they were with Claudia and their son and his girlfriend. And we chatted for a good while. And he's a contractor. He says his slogan back in St. Louis is, "Leave it to Weaver." I love that.
That's awesome.
Good job. Well, thank you all. We appreciate you. And you are the viewers of the week.
Well, it's time for shout outs. John sent us this beautiful picture from Minnesota. Sure is beautiful out there.
Yeah, but they can keep that.
They can keep
Just
it.
send us the pictures. That'll be all the experience we need. That's beautiful, though. Marla and Dave. They're from Wood River, Illinois. Marla has the same birthday as Linda, January 7th.
Oh, well, I'm going to remember you, Marley.
And Dave has my birthday. What's the chance of that?
Oh,
They're coming for a
no.
lifestyle visit next month, and they say they have a lot in common with us.
Oh.
John and Melanie Peters are from Ohio. They'll be scheduling their lifestyle visit very soon.
Harold, Virginia, and Jody went to an ugly Christmas sweater contest or a party in Citrus Grove last month. We did that one time. That was a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, somebody asked us yesterday for our cruise, are we going to have theme nights? Are we going to dress up? And we said we got rid of all that stuff. We took it to the Goodwill or Salvation Army. And we don't have anything now, but we need to start building that back up.
We got to build up our costumes.
So we can represent.
There are a lot of people in costumes here. Let me tell you, we were eating out dinner the other day, and so all of a sudden we look out the window, and there's all these huge inflatable costumes. Maybe you can get a picture of that. And they were walking down the street to another gathering. Must have been 20 to 30 of them in these great inflatable costumes. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And by the way, I'm just going to throw a plug in for red sauce. I had the Chianti beef. That was a tender roast beef. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it was good.
He let me taste it, believe it or not, and it was great.
I hear it's a teeny little
He said, you can have this little piece right here. Mike and Vicki Devlin from New Jersey came from a lifestyle visit and back in November. And you know what? That's a great time to come for a lifestyle visit.
Yeah, November's a nice month to be here. Mm-hmm. Carol and Jack, they're from Michigan. They say they love the Finney Grill and Edna's on the Green. Who doesn't?
I know.
They'll be back to Monarch Grove in February. Look who's excited. He's up. Look at him. He is raring to go. It's time for a Gizmo segment. Okay, buddy, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I am feeling good today. I got a pretty good riddle for you. What do you call a man with no body and just a nose? Nobody knows. I was thinking about something, and I have decided that the guy that made up the spelling of February is the same guy that made up the spelling of Wednesday. Just doesn't make any sense to me. A woman gets on a bus with her baby. The bus driver said, "Ugh, that's the ugliest baby I've ever seen." The woman walked to the rear of the bus and she sat down and she was mad. And she said to the man next to her, "That driver just insulted me." And the man says, "You go up there and tell him off. I'll hold your monkey for you." Hey, thank you for the jokes, everybody. Please send me some more, and I'll see you next week.
Good job, pal. That was awesome.
You are so
Thank
funny.
you. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
See you when you get here.